Hello everyone, welcome to yet another session on the topic of time series under the heading or under the method least square method. And in today's class we will be seeing under least square method the third type, that is exponential trend or logarithmic trend, and it is presented by Shantala Kulkarni, Department of Statistics, Gokte PU College of Commerce and Science, Belgavi. In previous class we did examples on least square method for the parabolic, and in today's class we will be doing or seeing the methodology on exponential trend or logarithmic trend. Now what is this logarithm? Logarithm means we are going to use log, and let us see what is the meaning of exponential also. Exponential means, see, as I have already told you all, when you draw a graph, if it's going to be a linear, then you will be having a straight line. If it's going to be a parabolic, you have a curve, hyperbola curve. And in exponential, when you draw a graph, this is a graph, the curve will be something in this particular fashion. It is going in an increasing trend. So this curve is known as exponential. And actually exponents means anything to the power of, see, now this is here, the equation y is equal to a into b to the power of x. Anything in the form of a power is known as exponents, and that's why this word has come as exponential curve. Now when this exponential curve is there, calculating such things becomes very difficult, and hence we will be using the logarithms. What is logarithms? There are the basic things which we need to remember using the logarithmic laws. Now let me tell you all what is the exponential equation. Now the exponential equation is y is equal to a into b to the power of x, where y denotes the time series data, x denotes the times, and a and b are the constants. Now for this, what do we need to do? Applying directly this particular equation, that is y is equal to a into b to the power of x, becomes very difficult. For that we take the logarithms on both the sides. Now logarithms on both the sides means an equation is having left hand side, this is the left hand side, and this particular thing is the right hand side. When we use the word both the sides means you are going to make the operations on both the sides. So what is our basic equation? Y is equal to a into b to the power of x. Now to this particular equation you are going to take logarithms. You will use log. So what y becomes? Y becomes log y. And when you are using the basic principle or rules of logarithms, into becomes multiplication, becomes addition, division becomes subtraction. So we are using that law under logarithms. So a becomes log a plus this exponential x is there now, this will come here, this particular x will come here, x log b. So we are using logarithms on left hand side as well as right hand side. Now this becomes the equations instead of this particular y is equal to a into b to the power of x. Now the values of the constants log a and log b are obtained by solving the two normal equations. Here also you need the normal equations. Now for this particular equation we will write the normal equations. How do we write? The fashion is very much same. For the first one you use summation log y is equal to, here log a is a constant, so n will come here, n log a plus log b, this x will change to summation x. Here we want two normal equations because there are two constants. So the next equation, normal equation, will be the same, this particular same equation, the first one or the third equation, you are going to prefix x, that is summation x log y. Log a will be same this as it is, and n will change to summation x, plus log b will remain as it is, and summation x will become summation x square.
Now here the same process, remember in the first method, that is linear or parabolic, we are always trying to make this particular equation summation x is equal to 0 so that our calculation becomes easy and we can easily get the values of the constants a and b, or here log a and log b. So when you make summation x is equal to 0 or you put summation x is equal to 0, this particular term becomes 0. In this equation, what do we get then? Summation log y is equal to n log a. So we want log a will be summation log y divided by n. So this is how it is. So log a is equal to summation log y divided by n. Similarly, from this particular equation, you get this particular value. If you put summation x is equal to 0 in this here, what are you getting? Summation x log y is equal to, see, this particular value is here and this one is here. This term becomes 0. So summation x log y is equal to log b summation x square. We want log b, so this log b remains here only. Then you write x summation x log y divided by summation x square. So we got log, we have got the value log a is equal to summation log y divided by n, and log b is equal to summation x log y divided by summation x square. This is the equation here and this is the equation here. Now we have got them in the logarithms, but when we are going to find the answers, we do not want them in logarithms, we want them in anti-log. So ultimately what happens, thus a is equal to anti-log. When the logarithm comes to the other side, we write it as anti-log. So this becomes a is equal to anti-log bracket summation log y divided by n, b is equal to anti-log summation x log y divided by summation x square. So this is an exponential trend. So basically children, what I am trying to tell you all is, under the method of least squares, you have three methods to remember. First is the straight line equation, second is the parabolic, quadratic or second degree equation, the third is the exponential or logarithmic trend. So these are the three different methods we will be studying in methods of least squares. And I also told you all how you can write the equation, write the normal equations and come to the conclusion. In this particular method, that is the exponential trend, we are using logarithms. Remember that you are using logarithms for the simple reason that calculating exponents becomes very difficult. So to make that easy, we use logarithms. So when you find the answer in logarithms, at the end you again have to come to anti-logarithms to come to the normal decimal system. Let us see an example on the same. What is the example? The sales of a company in lakhs of rupees for the year 2005 to 2011 are given below. What is the data here? Data is year and sales. Year starts from 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, and sales values are 32, 47, 65, 92, 132, 190 to 75. And also they have told that estimate the sales figure for the year 2012 using the equation of the form y is equal to a into b to the power of x. Now let us see. Students, remember the normal equations are the one which will tell you what columns you are going to make. Okay. So first we are going to write what are the columns we need here. Our year we have written the sales, and same our x, our new x time period. Now let us see what is this 2005, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. See, remember if it is odd you are going to put the middlemost value as 0 and then you are going to write those upper values in -1, -2, -3, and below you are going to write +1, +2 and +3. If it is odd, if it is even, 0 will not come, -1, -3, -5, -7, it will come in that fashion. So you have to keep that also in mind. So our new x value, what it becomes? Now simple, how that value is come, see, the middle value is 2008. The middle value is 2008. When you minus 2005 minus 2008, you are getting -3. 2006 minus 2008 -2. Then 2007 minus 2008 -1. This 2008 minus 2008 becomes 0. Then this becomes 1, 2 and 3. Then same thing, you want x square. X square becomes 9. -3 into -3 is 9. -2 into -2 is 4. -1 into -1 is 1. Then the next value is 0, 1, 4 and 9. And the total of that is going to be, it will be summation 28. Summation x square is equal to 28. Now from the normal equations, that is the normal equation log y value. See, log y value means you are going to open the log book, see the value of y. This is the value of y. And to find the logarithm values, already it is explained to you all in the first year PUC class, but I am very much sure that you people have forgotten. So just briefing it once more. Now this is the y value. First you are going to take the characteristic, means if there are 2 digits, the characteristic becomes 1. If there are 3 digits, the characteristic becomes 2. Then the characteristic here, see, now 32, the characteristic, this is the characteristic here which you have written here, you know, this all 1 point. Log value, how you are writing? 1 point something. This decimal is known as Mentesa. So these are the first 2 digits. 32, its characteristic becomes 1. 47, its characteristic becomes 1. 65, it becomes 2 are there, 1 will reduce, it will be 1. 92, 2 digits are there, the characteristic will be 1. 132, 3 digits are there, 1, 3, 2, 3 digits, so the characteristic is going to be 2. 190, 3 digits are there, the characteristic will be 2. 275, 3 digits are there, the characteristic is going to be 2. And in the log table, you are going to open, go to the logarithm, 32, 0 column you are going to see, and that Mentesa I am going to write here, and that is what is written here, 0.5051. Similarly for 47 you will be writing, for 65 you will be writing, for 92 you will be writing. 132, how do you see? Logarithm 13, the straight values, second column, second row, heading second, you will be seeing, that is 13, second place, the value will be 0.1206. 190 means 19, 0 column. 275 means 27, 5th column. You should remember this now once I have explained it to you all. After you write the logarithm values, the next column what you need to write is x into log y. X value, x into log y. Simple, you want to multiply these two. -3 into 1.5051, you get the answer -4.5153. -2 into log y, that is 1.6725, you get -3.3442. -1 into this, that is 1.8129, you get -1.8129. The next term becomes 0. And for 2009, 1 into 2.1206, you get the same answer. 2 into 2.2788, you get 4.5576. Then the 3 into 2.4393, you get 7.3179. And here this subtraction, how do you do? I mean, how do you simplify this particular column, you know, this particular x log y? How do you do it? All the negative things you are going to add up, and all the positive things you are going to add up. Straight away from positive, negative, you are going to subtract and write the final answer. That's it. So that will be 4.3275. And log y is 13.7926. Summation x square is 28. Summation y total also we have to do this total. And that total is you just calculate and we'll see what that, no, we don't want that actually. The equation of the exponential curve is y is equal to AB a into b to the power of x. Now taking logarithms, see again we have repeating the same process. Log y is equal to log a. Now to this equation we are taking logarithms, so log y, log a into becomes plus here, then x exponential comes to the base, that is x log b. Then if you make this term as summation x is equal to 0, what do we get? We get log a is equal to summation log y divided by n. Now summation log y is how much? 13.7926 divided by 7. That answer you get it as 1.9704. Then similarly log b value is summation x log y divided by summation x square. Summation x log y total is 4.3237 divided by 28. That final answer we get 0.1544. Therefore the trend equation is, if you are writing in the logarithm form only, okay, now if you are writing that in the logarithm form only, log y is equal to, you write this value 1.9704, then this same 0.1544 into x. So this is our logarithmic equation. Now if they ask in antilog, you can write it in the normal taking the antilog also, that is also fine, or keeping in logarithm also, both are one and the same. It's absolutely okay to write it in that particular fashion. I hope the doubt is clear. We will solve one more example to make the things more easier. Okay, here it's a continuation. We found out the logarithm values. Now for the year they have asked us to estimate for the year. For the year 2012, x value is equal to 4. So in that same trend equation you are going to write these values and put the value of x, then simplify this particular term, do the simplification, you get the value 2.588, and finally, yes, the final answer y you will be writing anti-log. You take to anti-log 2.588. Now how do you find anti-log? Anti-log is you have to go to the anti-log page. This becomes the Mantessa. First you will check the Mantessa. Mantessa 0.58, 8th column. Okay, that Mantessa you are going to find. Then you are going to write it here. This 2 will tell you you are going to put the decimal point after how many digits. Now this is a characteristic 2 here. So you will be getting, suppose in the logarithm book anti-log you will be getting 3873 you will be getting. So this characteristic 2 is there, so you will be putting the decimal point after 3 digits, that is 1, 2 and 3. So you will be putting it here. How you will anti-logarithm, first you will be finding the characteristic and then writing the Mantessa. In anti-logarithm it's total the reverse. First you see the Mantessa, then you put the characteristic digit decimal point value for that. So thus the estimated sale for the year 2012 is rupees 387.3 lakhs. Let us solve one more example. You will understand it much better. Okay. What is it? Fit an exponential trend curve y is equal to a into b to the power of x to the following data. Year is given, production is given. Year is 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009 and 2010. Production values are, the first one is 7, then 10, 12, 14, 17 and 24. Now see, what you have to remember, what columns you need to make. You write the year as it is, you write the production as it is, then your new x. Now see, in this particular example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's an even number. So when it is an even number, your x changes in this particular fashion. Your middle value will not come 0. So how does it come? Minus 1, minus 3, minus 5. And how that has come? 2007 minus 2005, when you subtract, you get it as you add these two values, actually 2007 plus 2008, you add those 2 years, divided by 2, then subtract all that process, then you get this as minus 1, minus 3, minus 5, 1, 3 and 5. I have explained that in the first method, so go through it once more to get it. your x values are in this fashion, or simply I'll tell you all, just remember children, your x value will be in this fashion if it is even, and if it is odd, your x values will, the middlemost value will become 0, and then it goes in an ascending or descending order, remember that. Then your x squares are going to be minus 5 into minus 5 is 25, minus 3 into minus 3 will be 9, this will be 1, 1, 9 and 25. Summation x square is going to be 70. Same process, log y. Now these are your log values, these are the x, y values. This y value you are going to write it in the form of logarithm. Now see, 7 is a single digit, its characteristic is going to become 0. Okay. Single digit, so 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. Then in the log table you go, 7 is not there, so you will be seeing it as 70 0 column. 70 0 column, your Mantissa will be 0.8451. Then next comes 10 means the characteristic is going to be 1, and 10 the logarithm value is going to be all, Mantissa is going to be 0. 12, 2 digits are there, the characteristic is going to be 1. Go to the log table, 12 0 column, the value will be 0.0792. 14, characteristic is again 1. Go to the log table, 14 0 column, and the Mantissa is going to be 0.1461. Similarly 17, characteristic is going to be 1. Then in the log table, 17 0 column, 0.2304 will be the answer. 24, again 2 digits, the characteristic is going to be 1. Then go to the log table, 24 0 column, 0.3802. Then I want to make the total of this log y, and the last column will be x into log y. You want to multiply x into log y. So minus 5 into 0.8451 will be minus 4.2255. Similarly minus 3 into 1 is going to be minus 3. Minus 1 into the log y value, you get minus 1.0792. Then 1 into logarithm log y, 1.1461, same value you are going to get. 3 into 1.2304, you get 3.691. 5 into 1.3802, you are going to get 6.9010. And then when you make the total, means all the negative values at one group and all the positive values at one group, simplify, you get the answer as 3.4336. Remember students, there are errors in the textbook also, and error happens from me also. So please take care of that. By mistake, I remember, I'll be saying something and the numbers will be different also. I have checked that, so it happens. But basically what I'm trying to stress is, see the method, how it should be done. That is more important, what you have to remember, rather than those other things. So see how a particular example should be solved. Then the equation of the exponential, same again we are writing this same so that you become perfect. The exponential equation is y is equal to ab to the power of x. If summation x is equal to 0, log a is equal to summation log y divided by n. Write the total of that, 6.6810 divided by 6. N is the number of years, how many they are. So 1.1135 after simplification you get. And then directly a is equal to anti-log. Now for this particular anti-log, you go to the anti-log page, see the Mantissa, then find out, you'll get 12.99. How do you see this? 0.11, third column, fifth mean difference. 4 digits are there, I repeat. 2 digits first you take, then the third column, and then the fifth mean difference you go, and that mean difference you add 12 point. And this characteristic will tell you, 1 is there, after 2 places of decimal points, you are going to give the decimal point. So 12.99. Similarly, log b also you are going to do the same thing. After substituting the values of x log y, 3.4336 divided by 70, that answer you get it as 0.049. And this anti-log, how do you find it? You go to the anti-log page, see this Mantissa, 0.04, first 2 digits, then 9th column, first mean difference value, I think you will be getting it as 1.12, and here 0, characteristic is 0, so you will be putting the decimal point after 1 digit, that is here. If it is like this, you put a decimal, you count it and you put it here, which is here. Thus the exponential curve is y is equal to 12.99 into 1.12 to the power of x. So in today's class I have explained exponential trend, what is the equation, how the normal equations are derived, why we are using logarithms, and based on the same we have solved 2 examples. I hope things are simple. I really want the things to be simple and easy, and you all understand it in a much better way. Any doubts, please do message. In the next class we will see more examples on the same topic. Thank you.